The White House, the heart of the most powerful nation on earth. A symbol of freedom, democracy, and power. But once, this mighty symbol was engulfed in flames. Yes, in 1814, the White House was burned to the ground. And on that night, fire and rain came together, a story lost in history. Today, you'll discover the hidden truth behind the day the White House burned. The year was 1814. America was still a young nation, barely 30 years after independence. But across the ocean, the British Empire, once their ruler, was still the most powerful force on earth. A new war had erupted, the War of 1812. The British wanted revenge for their lost colonies. The Americans, though poorly equipped, were determined to defend their freedom. In August 1814, British troops landed near Chesapeake Bay. The American army tried to defend, led by General Winder, but they were outnumbered and outgunned. At Bladensburg, the U.S. forces were crushed. The road to Washington, D.C. was wide open. On the evening of August 24, British troops entered the American capital. Eyewitnesses said, it was like watching the end of the world. President James Madison was away with the army. At the White House, First Lady Dolley Madison stayed behind. Suddenly, soldiers ran in shouting, "The British are coming." Servants began to flee, but Dolley refused to leave without saving a portrait of George Washington. She ordered the frame smashed, rolled the painting in cloth, and carried it out moments before the troops arrived. That same painting still hangs in the White House today, the one that survived the fire. Minutes later, British troops entered the empty White House. A dinner was still set on the table, food warm, candles burning. The soldiers sat, laughed, and ate the president's meal. Then, they torched the building. Flames rose into the sky. The White House, the Capitol, and the Library of Congress, all engulfed in fire. The glow could be seen miles away. One soldier wrote, "The city burned like a volcano." But as the flames consumed the city, something miraculous happened. The sky turned black. Thunder rolled. A violent storm began, winds howled, lightning struck, and rain poured down. The downpour was so fierce that it put out the fires across Washington. The same storm that terrified the British, saved the city. Locals later called it, the storm sent by God. Washington was in ruins. The once glorious White House was a blackened shell. Yet, President Madison returned and declared, "We will rebuild." And they did. Within a few years, the White House rose again, stronger than before. Some of the stones from the original burned walls were reused in the reconstruction. If you look closely today, you can still find the fire marks hidden beneath the paint. Historians call the storm a coincidence. But for those who witnessed it, it was divine intervention. Some claim to see light in the clouds, as if fire and water fell from heaven together. Was it nature? Or something beyond human understanding? To this day, no one truly knows why that storm came at that exact moment. But it changed the course of history forever. The burning of the White House wasn't just the story of a building, it was the story of a nation's soul. A symbol that even when everything turns to ashes, hope can rise again. The White House stands today not just as a home for presidents, but as proof that from destruction, determination is born. Because sometimes, a storm doesn't destroy, it rebuilds.